character.
Everything that begins has an ending, Neo. So that's... Yep, Big just crashed that... Look at how busted up the model is, too. Big just literally crashed that shit next to his house. Again? This is like the second... Is this the third time Angel Island has crashed into the Earth? This is beginning to become unacceptable, Knuckles. I think you're just bad at your job. Kind of jumping all around the place, aren't we?
He always seems to get in my way.
Was there a reason that we had the shot of Angel Island crashing in between showing the Red Chaos Emerald and this scene? Oh hey, you're alive.
Chaos!
Shockingly. Yeah, I feel like we could have just put the Angel Island scene in right now. Right?
The Master Emerald is where it belongs. But Angel Island is still falling. This doesn't make any sense.
I know, right? What? It went back up into the sky and then fell again?
Those Chaos Emeralds that I brought back with me have something to do with what's happening.
I don't know, I mean...
I'll take them to Sonic for his advice.
Yeah, he's the expert, right? Hey Sonic, I have these emeralds. And then the island crashed? What's your advice? Knuckles, what the fuck do you expect me to know about this?
Chaos is...
Is what?
Right there? What are these sound effects? I feel like cutting between all these different locations is playing havoc with the engine here. That's Sonic in his natural state.
Guess Eggman learned his lesson. Yep. And maybe I'll take another vacation somewhere.
Sonic!
This kid again.
Hey there, Tails! Did you find the tornado too?
Never mind that.
Oh my god.
Up and follow me.
Look at him just sliding all over the place.
It's falling again.
Hey, no
Oh.
way! Who blew it this time?
Oh, I don't know, but we better hurry.
Isn't this the third time this has happened? This is getting really embarrassing. The first time, at least, a Death Star crashed into it, so it made sense. This time, and then Chaos busted out of the Master Emerald, so that made sense. Literally just no reason this time, though. Just plot convenience, I guess. And the response is, let's go check out what's going on. I mean, I guess it wasn't their priority to go check out what the fuck happened the first time it fell during this game. They were just like, yeah, there's Chaos Emerald on Angel Island for some reason. So let's go get that and then not question why Angel Island has collapsed next to the Mystic Ruin. You'd think at least it would crash back into the same location that this landmass originally originated from. Like within walking distance of that pyramid, right? But no, it always seems to crash land here. First time I played this, I did have trouble figuring out where I was supposed to go and what I was supposed to do during this because this is such kind of an unorthodox location to put them, right? Reunited at last.
Sonic, sorry.
Knuckles!
Sorry.
And Eggman! What happened here?
He stole my Chaos Emeralds. And
Were they
Chaos
your
is still alive.
Chaos Emeralds?
What?
Ah! He's not gonna get away with this!
Hey, Eggman, wait up! Sonic, Chaos is a fearsome beast.
What is this
If he
dialogue?
gets that last Chaos Emerald, we're done for.
No need to explain. We'll get on it. Tails?
Right.
What?
Is this really the
Oh,
time
jeez.
to... Jeez. Is this really the time to call? I feel like
This place. It looks familiar. It's not a dream after all.
Oh, don't act like you know what's going on, Sonic. You literally had one flashback. Knuckles had 3 flashbacks, and he had no idea what was going on. You had one that technically took place after the events you're about to witness. So don't act like you get what's happening here.
Get out of my way!
No way!
Did you hear what I said?
I won't obey!
We need those 7 emeralds to give us total power. It's power for the people. And they are your people too, you know. We must get that emerald.
Greed is our enemy. Once it starts, you will always want more. Please don't do this. I beg you.
Bah! I don't listen to the words of a child. Ready, men? Charge!
Yes, charge! Attack these literally helpless, like squishy little cherubs. Attack these literally innocent, helpless babies who probably wouldn't even resist. They're just being dicks. They're literally just stomping on puppies' faces for no reason. There was literally no need for them to assault the Chow. See, look, no tail.
Monster!
There's no tail. What's going on there?
No!
Jarring cut. Oh, we can just totally skip over Tikal. That's awesome. Ah, the super emeralds are gone. And that shrine is on fire. So this is the moment. We are witnessing the moment that the Echidna Empire, gets wiped away. And the origins of Angel
Hey,
Island.
are you alright?
I think so. Oh my gosh! No, no, no!
Wait up!
Oh, at least the flashback didn't end again.
The 7 emeralds are the servers. Chaos is power, enriched by the heart. The controller serves to unify the chaos.
I understand, Grandma.
The 7 emeralds can change our thoughts into power. If this emerald controls that power, please, you must stop him.
So there it is. The Master Emerald,
Sonic, wake up!
broke Angel Island away and lifted it up into the
I
heavens.
was on a snooze cruise, I guess.
Snooze cruise. Look at fucking Tails' face.
Good thing you're okay.
Oh, yay!
You just sort of conked out there. Knuckles left already.
Okay, so, what's this inconsistency?
Gotta go after the last emerald.
Well,
Lead the way.
It should still be on board the tornado.
look at Tails taking the reins here. Lead the way. See his ill character development at the end of his story. Stuff. Isn't that nice? But yeah, that's the moment. The Master Emerald lifted fucking Angel Island out of the earth and into the heavens, and sealed both Chaos and Tikal inside the Master Emerald. You can't exactly undo the damage that Chaos had done and was doing. You took Chaos away, but he had already kind of flooded the world. So gotta Noah's Ark that shit and just get on out. So of course, where's the last place we saw the tornado? Who was the last person who had the tornado? Oh, I like how they instantly
Look, it's the tornado.
teleported us
too.
there so we don't have to actually go through the forest.
So let's get the Chaos Emerald and leave. What?
Oh, how inconvenient.
No! He's got the last emerald!
Now what do we do?
Tuck our heads between our legs and kiss our asses goodbye? Of course, that was the first place Chaos showed up after breaking out of the Master Emerald. He showed up outside Big's house and fucked with Froggy, so it makes sense that he would go back there and got that last Chaos Emerald. And uh-oh. There's a big theme of water in this game. Chaos is made of water. The first level is a beach level. So here's where that FMV in the intro comes from. Saving the money shot for the end. Oh, that is some fucking high quality apocalypse right there. Aw, so many people are just dead. Keep in mind, this was Eggman's plan. This is what he wanted to achieve. People dead. Just dead. Hundreds. Hundreds of people are dead right now. And that's nightmare-inducing. Yep. Like, it's bad enough that the world is being flooded, but then you see that fucking thing pop out. That's not a good time for anyone. Ah, the in-game graphics leave a little to be desired, but it's
If I
fine.
wasn't just dreaming, that monster is a real menace.
What? I think he's saying, like, the vision
Eggman.
showed me the last time this happened, but I don't know what that lot.
He's after Chaos too.
This egg carrier 2 was made because something like this could happen. You have defied your master, stupid beast.
How? He's literally doing what you wanted him to do. You wanted him to destroy Station Square. What is the problem? Wrecked. Look at it just sadly sinking away off frame. Welp. That's like played for comedy, almost. There you go, this starts the trend, though,
Had enough.
of Eggman
You
being
are anyway.
supplanted as the final antagonist and being replaced by the monster of the week kind of thing.
The one who sealed Chaos in the Master Emerald. Tikal.
Yeah, big surprise. It was the same voice actress. Like, this is supposed to be some reveal.
My heart has always been in the Master Emerald along with Chaos's.
Chaoses.
Now he's filled with anger and sadness. And if it goes on, he'll eventually destroy the world like he did before.
See? I know what I'm talking about. See, all she could do was mitigate the damage and seal him away. After he'd, like, tuckered himself out, basically. But this time...
Look! He's absorbed the Emerald's power! He must be sealed in the Master Emerald now!
Of course, he's too powerful to just seal away
Change how he
as
acts
he
inside, will it?
is.
His heart will still remain in turmoil, and his anger just won't vanish. He'll just be trapped forever.
Dun dun dun!
What choice do we have?
There's always another chance. Look at these. Literally just dropping into existence. Hey, it's
Amy.
Gamma! What up, Gamma Bird?
Here, take this!
Everyone's here. That's great.
Hey guys, what's up?
Look at Knuckles holding two in each hand.
Emeralds.
Hmm.
Sonic, You should be able to harness their real power.
Their raw,
much as
unbridled,
they could be.
anarchic
I
energy.
think Tails is right about this.
But you, Sonic.
Go, Sonic!
Yeah!
Sonic!
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 Negative forces aren't the only way to empower the Chaos Emeralds. Our positive feelings toward each other can make them work.
Gonna...
Our hearts together form awesome power.
Power enriched by the heart. I'm holding out for a hero. I'm holding out for a hero at the end of the night. And he's gotta be strong, and he's gotta be fast, and he's gotta be larger than life. I need a hero. Yeah, the new improved Supersonic. I love this design. Like I said, I was never big Perfect Chaos. I was never big on Supersonic's design. I still have 50 lives. Look at that. That's awesome. I was never big on Supersonic's design back in the classic games. I love this design. It's so strong. Thunder, rage, and lightning. Danger, all the rising. It's such a bad sign. So, like I said, Sonic and Knuckles started the formula, introduced the idea, and the 3D games would turn it into something of a formula, where the final true boss, you're playing as Supersonic, and the primary, obstacle of gameplay is to maintain enough rings, so it's just a fight against time. Like, you don't need to worry about taking damage. The problem is, you get hit by an attack, you lost time. But I will never let go. Oh man, I beat him too fast. Don't know how long this will last, man. But now things are serious. The real Dark Souls starts here. Sonic and 3 and Knuckles started the trend of having the final confrontation be as Supersonic, and the primary obstacle was trying to maintain enough rings. So you don't take damage, you don't lose rings, but you lose time, and every second that ticks by is another ring lost. So it's just funny to me how, Sonic and Knuckles started that, but then with this game, it kind of became established as a thing. Where in the classic games, you could collect the Chaos Emeralds and just play as Supersonic as regular gameplay. But then in this game, it started this formula of the Chaos Emeralds being, primarily story-centric. You collect them as part of the plot instead of just as an extra bonus. So the final story is Supersonic, where the plot comes together and you have that final Supersonic stage. Where, it's the final Doomsday Zone stage, but it's plot dictated instead of being naturalistic based on you collecting all the Chaos Emeralds as part of regular gameplay, and playing around as Supersonic as part of regular gameplay. From here forward, Supersonic kind of just becomes a story-mandated end-of-the-game sequence. And also...
Hey, I'll play with you some other time!
Yeah, it also started the trend of Eggman being supplanted as the final antagonist. He's the antagonist for most of the game, and then the big bad monster of the week, the Chaos of the Week, shows up, kind of throws him aside, and takes the place as the final villain that Supersonic has to deal with. Again, something that would become somewhat formulaic after this game.
Something I wanted to get into here on this final chapter is Tikal's little mantra that we heard back in Tails' storyline. Chaos is power, power enriched by the heart.
Chaos is changing.
What does that mean?
This time,
It seems to imply that chaos, the metaphysical concept, has a particular meaning in the Sonic universe, which is really interesting to think about, because it's like, what does chaos mean? It means, like, it's the opposite of law and order. And usually, in most fiction, chaos is depicted as being a negative concept, where, like, oh, without the trappings of civility and order, it would just be raw chaos. Like, people would be running around and rioting and going crazy. But in Sonic, it seems to be depicted as a positive entity, which makes sense because the villain of the franchise is Dr. Eggman, who is a obvious totalitarian mechanical dictator. His goal is literally world domination, to take over the world and turn it into a robotic dystopia. He literally wants to rule everything under an iron fist in the most extreme kind of oppressive law and order, where he literally wants to turn all civilians into robots that are programmed to be obedient to him and his whims. And what is the direct opposite of Eggman, the ultimate symbol of totalitarian dictatorship? Sonic, who is the ultimate embodiment of chaos, of free-spiritedness, of anti-establishmentness. I mean, the entire inception behind his creation as a character was to be the opposite of the wholesome depiction that you would find in Mario. I also want to point out that Mario and Robotnik are both associated with the color red and have mustaches. Just saying. That's the beginning and the end of it there, though. But, like, Sonic is the, like, Pepsi-Cola, cocky, attitude-having, bratty, finger-wagging symbol of youthful rebellion, where he, seems to reject societal trappings in general. He's a free spirit of the wind who doesn't even seem to live within the boundaries of society's trappings whatsoever. He doesn't have, like, a consistent home. He doesn't live in the city. He's a nomad who roams wherever his spirit takes him, and always stands in opposition to, like, the oppression of the establishment. But that ties back into the Chaos Emeralds, which are the 7 chaos that Tikal is talking about. Because chaos in Sonic is depicted as a powerful entity in and of itself, as a metaphysical concept. The Chaos Emeralds are ancient mystical objects that are sources of unimaginable power. The power of chaos, the power enriched by the heart, and are always sought after to be used for that power. Eggman tries to use the Chaos Emeralds to further his schemes, but he always fails, because you can't exploit chaos, you can't control chaos. They are, like, by their very nature, incompatible concepts. Whereas Sonic, the ultimate free spirit, the embodiment of anti-establishment himself, can harness the powers of the Chaos Emeralds, can enrich the powers of chaos by his own sense of justice and his pure heart, and utilize them to become supersonic. They uplift his own natural abilities, and he becomes the embodiment of chaos and its power. Also should note, who else in this game is named after Chaos? The evil water monster we've been spending the whole game fighting, Chaos, who, I've been wanting to point this out, Chow. Chaos. Chow. Chaos. Chows. KO. Chaos. Chaos. Chaos is a Chow. It's explicitly stated somewhere, I forget, but Chaos is a Chow who was mutated by the radiation given off by the Chaos Emeralds and the Master Emerald, and became something of a protector figure who is the embodiment of the chaotic energies of the Chaos Emeralds and the Master Emerald. And he represents something of a foil to Sonic. Sonic is represented by the wind, Chaos is represented by water, they're both blue, they're both embodiments of, like, unbridled chaotic energy, and they both utilize the Chaos Emeralds to become powerful. But whereas Sonic directs those chaotic inclinations in a central focal point against the explicit evils of a totalitarian dictator entity such as Eggman, Chaos kind of lashes out in all directions. He's overwhelmed by the power of chaos and takes it out on the whole world in an apocalyptic display of destruction. Because Sonic is able to enrich the power of chaos with his pure heart, with his sense of ideals that he lives up to, whereas Chaos is more of a simplistic animal creature without those higher ideals to live up to, and when trifled with, when riled, he just lashes out against the world in general. Because that's what most they have in common. They both are benign, protective entities who typically would rather spend the day lazing away just chilling with their buds, but when you fuck with them, that's when they let loose and go berserk. Whereas again, like, Sonic does so with the surgical precision of going after, like, just the Eggman Empire. Chaos just goes out in every direction and ended up destroying the world for all intents and purposes. So, like, while Chaos, the embodiment of being opposed to law and order, is at its best depicted as a good thing, as a force that the heroes use to save the world, utilizing the power of chaos, this game also, like, shows the other side of the coin, the repercussions of chaos that is not enriched by the power of the heart.
Oh, I love that final image. It's so nice. And they lived in peace from now on. So, hopefully I had time to squeeze all of that in there. Kind of blasted through the final story there faster than I expected. But, there you go. Sonic Adventure. As you can see, completely terrible. This game sucks. Sonic does not work in 3D at all. I don't like... The Sonic fanbase is terrible. Sonic hasn't been good since the Genesis. Clearly, just the worst game ever. I know back in the day I said this game is good, one of the best games ever, but now, looking back, like, now that popular opinion has turned and it's the cool thing to say that Sonic sucks now, obviously I'm gonna have to reassess my opinions in order to conform to what's, like, acceptable to think about the series now, and retroactively rewrite history and say, oh, actually, this game was always terrible the whole time, and it's awful, and all the Sonic 3D games are bad. I don't know how we managed to suffer through this, quite frankly. Ah, God, these people just... Oh, I'll never understand, and I don't want to understand. I just played through this. You saw me do it. You saw with your own eyes. I played through it right in front of you. This game kicks ass. This game's still good. It's still just as good as it was. It hasn't improved. It hasn't degenerated. The game has stayed the same. It is us who have changed. Our standards, our frame of reference, what we compare it to, how we view it now in what gaming is in its modern day. Hindsight's 20/20. I understand reassessing your opinion. I understand going back and changing your mind about something. What I don't understand there's a difference between this is bad and I don't like this. And people are saying this is bad. And it's not. You're allowed to not like it. You're allowed to not think it's good. You're allowed to not prefer it. You're allowed to have troubles with it. You're allowed to have issues, and you're allowed to, personally, in your opinion, feel that you prefer the classic 2D games and the rough edges of them experimenting with 3D gameplay here for the first time ever is not something you can look past. I understand that. What I don't understand is being a fucking asshole and being like, this game is terrible because I don't like it.
Whatever you say.
It's not an acceptable
You must have your
opinion.
reasons.
You suck. This game's still good. The end. Go away. Final thoughts.
Hey, this ship is
It's that. This is a weird kind of relic to look back on and see how the series has changed from here and what this game was trying to do, being the first 3D Sonic game. And it's really interesting, actually, having played the first 3 Genesis games and then this one, and knowing what's to come. It's quite it's something to think about. Pretty fun, pretty interesting. How, like, so many things that the Genesis games did, they tried to replicate with this, but then after this game, they really just went out on a limb.
Wait here for a second.
And, like, just started sticking to what they established here and expanding on it and leaving a lot of the more classical Sonic elements that this had hold on to behind and establishing a new kind of formula. Also, I kind of wish Chaos came back. He's pretty nifty. He's like one of the only ones who like has a positive resolution. I mean, he does show up sometimes, but it's always in non-canon, like multiplayer, or like in Sonic Battle. Sometimes he'll show up at the Master Emerald Shrine and you can fight him for funsies. I think it'd be interesting to see Chaos show up again. I really like his character design.
Let's go!
Oh, that's Sonic Adventure. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you can understand where I'm coming from. I hope we can all agree that everyone who hates this game is an asshole. And I hope you had fun watching.